Welcome back to Limbus Company, Daily Mirror Dungeon. We've got a bit of a season finale, you could say, here. Very last Mirror Dungeon run of Season 4, you know? As soon as this video is going out, well, maintenance is going to start, and Season 5 is only a few hours away. So, of course, as I so frequently do, it's time for a little bit of Mirror Dungeon smuggling. In case you aren't aware of what I'm doing here, if I do a Mirror Dungeon hard run and then just don't claim the rewards, I'll be able to claim them as soon as the update comes out, and I'll just start the next season with 22.5 levels, which, I mean, might as well do, right? And as far as the team goes, we're going all the big 3 stars of the seasons, right? We've got all the actual seasonal 3 stars and the ones for each event. Might as well send off the season with what, you know, the main stuff of the season. I think it's a good way of doing it. I think it's what I do most seasons, is their send-off. As far as what I actually want, there's a lot that can be good for us. Like, you know, random poise covenants. Obviously, sinking is what we have the most of, since, like, half our team is sinking. We also have 1 poise person, 1 tremor person, and 1 charge person, though. So we could definitely benefit from a lot of random things. I think I'll go nebulizer first, though. That's always a fun start. Getting some decent poise stuff immediately can be really strong for Butler Ryoshu. And obviously, we'll send you in first. We'll do, like, you. Something like that should work. Cool. Sounds good. We started with partial wish of stars. I didn't start with a tier 4, but I started with the additional cost and the additional sinking you gift, because, I mean, might as well, right? Might as well. Let's see how this run goes. It's definitely going to be a bit of a all-around kind of run, right? Since we're not focusing super hard into one status fact. It's a hard run where we're not getting any fusion gifts, you know. Can be a bit of an issue sometimes, but I'm not too concerned. Stuff we obviously want, you know. We want some stuff that can help out with poise. Some stuff that can help out with charge could also be a little bit nice. Allow Faust to get her charge a little faster. And singing obviously pretty good. I'm not worried about Tremor too much because, just being honest, like, Eurodivie Honglu on his own is not going to be enough to make Tremor useful on this team. Now, we could do, like, shenanigans. We do have Faust on the team, so we do have Everlasting, so we could get shenanigans off with that, I suppose. But I don't think it's super likely. I think Tremor, I think it's a good idea, just accept that it's not going to be doing too much for us. Honglu's just going to be here for some damage and the like. Which is still nice, don't get me wrong, but Poise and Charge are pretty easy to get benefits from, even if you're not running a heavy team with them, because, you know, the Poise unit can still get the benefits, the Charge unit can still get the benefits, and some EO gifts and stuff can make it so even the units that don't focus on the status effects can still get various buffs from them. So that's nice, and obviously 3 people with sinking, and 3 people who are pretty good with sinking means that we can get sinking working occasionally. We're really lacking a lot of, like, the really solid sinking egos on this team. We do have Solemn Lament, which is a funny idea, I suppose. Potentially, if we want to get some singing stuff going. But, like, no Rhyme Shank. We don't have, like, Ishmael Bygone Days for, like, Echoes of Mana on command, but who knows, maybe we'll get more skill 3s for Otis or something. Could definitely help out. But even if we just get, like, Compass or something like that, like, we'll be kind of set on sinking. We can't get the Fusion gift, but there's still some decent stuff we can get that'll help us out a bunch on that regard. But yeah, so that's the vague idea of this run, right? It's a bunch of random stuff, of course. That's how it goes, though. That's how it's supposed to go. It's an overview of the entire season. The season wasn't as, like, coherent of an idea the entire way through as, like, last season was with Poise. Because, you know, Season 3 in Poise was kind of insane. Like, most of the ideas from the actual season were, and then we got the Blade Lineage event on top of that. Like, we got so much Poise last season. Now, don't get me wrong, we got a lot of sinking stuff this season, but we also got, like, a fair bit of, like, Tremor got a big, like, overhaul, got a bunch of pretty solid stuff with, like, Tremor Reverb and the like, kind of changed Tremor permanently for, I mean, better or worse, depending on who you ask, I'm sure. I've got my opinions on Tremor Reverb, but it definitely did make Tremor stronger, I must admit. And then Charge didn't get too much, but all of the crack IDs are pretty fun. I guess we also did get, like, Red Eyes Ryoshu, which is a Charge ID, it's a weird one. But Charge didn't get, like, any sort of huge overhauls or anything, but even stuff like the multi-crack IDs use charge in a different enough way to make them pretty fun, you know, focusing on using their skill 2s as their big nukes instead of their skill 3s. Just allow for a bit of a different playstyle, and of course Warp Otis serves as like a little commander person, give other warp units damage up. She's solid, she's nothing too special, but like, can be a damage to other warp IDs, so I mean, she's nice, I guess. Not fully sure what the general opinions are on her, I'm a little mixed. I think it would have been cooler if she focused onto the Rupture a little bit more, especially since she has Dimension Shredder, and her Dimension Shredder also is just kind of weird. But she's good. Some other status effects also got like a couple decent things, right? You know, Burn really only got Dawn Glare, who, I mean, is good. Burn still is definitely in need of something major, though. Which it might get next season. Rupture, a similar situation. Rupture didn't get much this season. You know, Deviat Rodion and Dead Rabbit's Merceau is all Rupture got, so... not really great. But Rupture, we already seen. We're getting Snake Merceau, he's going to be Rupture, so Rupture's definitely going to get some degree of focus in the future. We'll just have to see what that degree ends up being. Because who knows? Could be a big thing next season, although, judging by the fact that we're seeing Poise, Rupture, and Tremor from the first banner alone of Season 5, it could be a little bit more varied in what they go with. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. And then, Bleed. Oh yeah, Bleed also didn't get too much this season. Bleed got the ring units, which, you know, is enough to make it so Bleed was in a pretty good state, because the ring IDs are super strong. Bleed's definitely getting stuff next season, though, because, I mean, you can't give us Blood Fiend stuff and not have them be Bleed to some degree, right? Yeah, overall season's pretty good, I want to say, as far as the IDs go. Definitely were a fair bit of, like, weird IDs scattered throughout. Still not exactly sure what, like, the idea with some of them were, like, namely, like, DHA Merceau, really cool ID, I enjoy playing him a lot. He's just one of those IDs that doesn't feel super usable, right? Like, if discard was a more frequent thing, I could definitely see him being nice to use on teams that didn't have a lot of bulk. Like, really, like, I mean, it's a cool idea, but since he only actively buffs that with discard, which means either other DHA IDs, which are mostly tanks, or like DHA Honglu, who I guess isn't a tank, but so he could benefit from it, or like the Molar IDs, and I don't know, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of team synergy going on there. I do hope we get more discard in the future, though. It's a fun mechanic to play around. It's one of my favorites in the game. Although, I'm not sure if discard is one of my favorites as much as Insight is. I think Insight's really cool. I think the Molar IDs don't use discard very interestingly. They just use it to get their, like, strong skills out more frequently, which is still a decent, like, way of doing it, right? More skill 3s means they're going to be stronger, but trying to actually use their self-tremor count stuff can feel a little wonky. If we get like thumb IDs or something in the future, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up being discard and have their own shenanigans on that front. We'll see. Devil's Snare, sure. Okay, what do we want here? Like I was saying, something that's like good for setting up, like Compass is one of our big wants right now. We got Nebulizer, so that's nice. If we can get something good for like Charge, that could also be pretty good. Yeah, there's Compass. I'll go to Lake World for Compass. That seems pretty solid. We'll be able to upgrade it next floor as well. An upgraded Compass means that we're going to be doing Crayon Singing Front. Oh, Carmilla. Yeah, I'll take that. Cigarette Holder, I mean, that'll help us a bunch. Lithograph is always a nice thing to get. Honglu skill change, that's a no. Rupture, that's a no. Another Honglu skill change, that's, like I just said, a no. Do we take another sync? I think we take another sync. I'm down for that. Commemorative coin? Sure. Live a little, right? And Homeward, I'll take that. Yep. Bought the shop out, but I think it'll be worthwhile. Got some good stuff. We're going for a very generalist team here, so it makes sense. What was I saying, though? Oh, yeah, some of the ideas in this last season were weird. Yeah. I think, like, T-Dawn also, pretty weird ID. Being a Tremor unit that's not super good for Tremor, but can be really fun for just stupid overkill things. It's a similar ballpark to, like, Spice Bush Yi-Sung, right? You know, like, It's not very good for actually setting up the status effect, but can be really funny for stupid damage numbers. To the degree where, in, like, an average team, though, like, you don't actively want to use them because they're a little bit too much RNG to actually get their, like, skill 3 in a reasonable amount of time. Although, you know, skill changes can definitely apply in that sort of thing. That's what I think anyways. She's still fun, though. I think T-Dawn could end up being funny for, like, railway shenanigans, like, one day, maybe? I don't know. Depending on how future railways are set up. Railway 4 was set up in such a way where a lot of, like, really gimmicky boss killing strategies didn't work too well. Like, Talisman stuff. Talisman stuff thrived in Mirror Dungeon, or in Railway 3. But really wasn't as good in Railway 4 since you couldn't just reset until you got the good starts and then killed bosses and stuff. I feel like trying to do T-Dawn shenanigans could fall into that same ballpark of just trying to get, like, a good start in order to... I mean, her damage multiplier also isn't, like, the most insane thing, right? It's still really nice. It can allow you to stack a lot of damage and is pretty funny, but isn't, like, the most insane thing. What other stuff did we get this season? I feel like I covered a lot of, like, the major things. I mean, I guess I didn't cover, like, the stuff from the end of the season too much, right? You know... Of course, you know, our guy himself, Wild Hunt Heathcliff, he's just a really cool idea. He's got a lot of really unique stat effects to him. His power counter, as they call it now, you know, that's the official terminology for the clashing counter, so I'm going to try and get into the habit of saying it. Seems pretty cool. Especially if it's going to be a thing, like, going forwards for, like, various ideas here and there. Like, it doesn't need to be super commonplace, but it also just seems like a cool tool to mess around with in the future. And Zvi West Ishmael, with her power guard, also, similar situation. Similar cool, unique shenanigans regarding clashable counters, or clashable defensive skills. And that's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what other funny stuff they can do with that. Because most IDs in the game, their defensive skills really only exist as, like, a... well, I'm gonna take damage here, might as well take slightly less damage, or, well, I'm gonna take damage here, might as well deal some damage, since I'm gonna lose the clash if I do it, so I just want to use a counter, right? Some good defensive skills here and there, mainly on, like, pretty decent, like, tanks and stuff, but overall, it's been weird in general. Evasion's also really good. I don't think we need, like, a power evade or something, because evasion is still really solid, but I could definitely see us getting some sort of power evade, in the sense where it's an evasion that instead of going for multiple skills, only goes for one skill and then you counterattack. It's, like, vaguely different enough from what we have that I could see it happening. But, like, just even, like, a straight-up power evade would be kind of really strong, because it would be an evasion that would actually go against the first target that hits you, which would make it super strong for solos and normal encounters and stuff. Maybe they do something like that. I'm not sure, though. Sounds like it would be very strong. Especially for enemies, for identities that could stack a lot of defense level up shenanigans. Who knows? We'll see. They didn't do any funny evade stuff with Saint Merceau, though, so I feel like if they were going to do funny evade stuff like that, they'd probably do it for Saint ID since they fit pretty well. But that's just my, you know, guess on the topic. Hey, Shmi time. Also, this is a weird floor. You see this sometimes, right? Where you see, like, only the 2-row floor, and it results in some weird-looking generation stuff with it being, like, centered here. Pretty funny. I feel like I haven't seen one of those in a while. It's a bit rare, I want to say. Maybe it's only certain floors. I don't know. I don't remember where I've seen it in the past. Obviously, I mean, separate from Violet Noon, since Violet Noon does that intentionally. Some floors like this will just do it occasionally, just seemingly randomly. But yeah. Overall, the season's been pretty good. It definitely was a bit long. Like, all in all, I think this season ended up being longer than season 2, I want to say? It really doesn't feel like it's been, like, that long, but it's, like, longer or roughly around the length of season 2. Definitely a pretty long season. I think a lot of that is, like, contributed to, like, that really big break near the beginning. Like, it took a while for us to get the first mid-chapter, that's for sure. I think they talked about it at some point, though, right? I think like PM posted like some announcement saying like they weren't satisfied with it for a while. I think the season really got extended just due to some complications behind the scenes with killing time. Sounds like PM were unsatisfied with how it originally turned out, and therefore probably did a bunch of like refurbishments to it or something in order to get into a better state. Actually, I might be thinking. No, I'm thinking of just the Kanto 6 itself, aren't I? Didn't they say they'd delay it to work on it a bit more? Maybe I'm mixing it up with that then, yeah. I probably am. Either way, it took us a while to get killing time. Anytime we get a filler week that's only egos, or like, I mean like a filler, like, proper week, right? Like, that's only egos, you know that's like a slow time. And so we got with the Cavernous Wailings. Cavernous Wailings I liked, though. I liked Sinclair's Cavernous Wailing. I don't like Lu's. I've said it before. I was talking about it earlier, right? You know, how, you know, there's people with mixed feelings on Tremor Reverb and what it does for Tremor. And yeah. You're hitting us a bit, that's rude. We considered not doing that. Also, I did notice, I don't think I pointed this out, like, before, but I did notice, like, even before the recent patch notes, I definitely did notice that the wave icon indicator, it's now in yellow. I feel like I noticed that, like, earlier this week and thought it was going insane, but it's because they're changing it so that in, chain encounters, you can click on it and it'll toggle between wave count and enemy count, so you can actually see how many enemies are left, which is a good change. Just kind of looks weird to see out of the corner of your eye, though, when I'm so used to it not being yellow, right? I play the game enough that, like the small changes I kind of notice, like, immediately, but I often gaslight myself and being like, wait, is that normal? Am I just crazy? And often I am just crazy, but, it's how it goes. Sometimes you be crazy. And those are words to live by. Maybe. Maybe not, though. Probably not. Oh well. Okay, sink this guy. Cool. We did kill. Did we have someone else with Butler's Mark? We did. Nice. Oh, wait, no. This is just the other skill 3. Wasn't it? Are we doing it again? Or was that all? She just standing still? Yeah, that might have been all. Well, that's fine. You did your best. It happens. Yeah, okay. And just you left, alright. Easy enough. Bonk. Cool. Probably no enemies with Father's Mark left or something. It's usually how it goes. We get Compass now, we'll be able to upgrade it next floor. There's our good sinking infliction stuff going on. Give me a random tier 2. Fiery down! Cool. Doesn't do much of anything for us. What can we take here? Gipsack is nice in, like, solos and stuff. Not particularly special in a run like this, though. We could go for Fragment of Decay. I think it's a plushie. Oh, it's a... no. Little dog. Could also just go for Fluorescent Lamp. Yeah, sure. We don't have Rupture stuff going on, but I mean, it's just a really solid all-around ego gift for just damage up and haste stuff. It's one of those ego gifts I think I might, like, overvalue, but, what do you do? Nice, we got a keep refresh there, so that's cool. We spend all our stuff on Compass and Nebulizer, that's fine. I was considering going for Carmilla, but we also really don't need to upgrade Carmilla. I mean, after all, we're just going to be cutting Carmilla in 2 weeks from now, aren't we? Go. You know, like, yeah. Yeah. I don't think I need to say anything else beyond just a good old yeah. Tells you all you need to know. Oh, it's Jun. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, that's 3rd floor Mirror Dungeon hard. He could definitely do something. I don't think we're killing any of these guys first turn, though. As far as I'm aware, so I don't think you're going to be, like, an immediate issue. So that's good, at least. We're also stacking some nice sinking onto you. That's cool. Get your sanity low, so if you do counter, you're just going to keep on hitting tails. Yeah, negative 45. And yeah, you don't get the counter now because you didn't kill any of your allies. Although we definitely will this turn. Oh yeah, we need to get Rags. Did I turn down Rags earlier? Was Rags in the shop and I just didn't take it? I just realized that. Huh. Well, that was silly of me. That's fine. I don't particularly need to Delahan up here. If I get Rags, I'll start Delahaning a bunch, but otherwise, I don't think it'll matter too much. Maybe I'll do it in certain fights and stuff, and then just not skill 3 anyways. We don't have multiple skill 3s on to Heathcliff anyways, so it's not the biggest deal. Only skill 3 change we've gotten so far is giving Ryoshu another one, which is always funny since it gets her poise count generation even faster going, which can be nice for a mass attack. And, okay, I was gonna say this should just stagger, but no, you lose this clash. That's a lot of damage. Alright, that's fine. This kills. Does Jun have Butler's Mark? No, okay, so it doesn't get reused. That's fine. If Jun had Butler's Mark, it would have been a reuse, but unlucky. Okay, that didn't stagger. Well, you don't have any allies alive, so it doesn't matter. Your counter is bad. Your sinking is high. Your sadness is immeasurable. Well, I guess it is measurable since it's negative 45, aka the minimum possible sanity, the maximum sadness, I guess. You've managed to min-max your sadness levels to unforeseen amounts. L3 Snare, wrong sinking tier 1, I guess I'll take it though. No reason not to. Night vision goggles, actively probably bad for us, we don't want that. This is good though. We've got, I mean, not like a lot of Pierce. Like, you're the Pierce guy here, right? And I think that's all we have for Pierce, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, not great, not great. That's fine, though. You're also the only person who's got Gluttony. Yeah, Sticky Muck only does anything for your skill 2 and skill 3. That's a little unfortunate, but I hit the button. I guess I didn't think I did. That's fine. It's alright. Okay. These guys are very easy. Got a lot of it's good decent to slash stuff so we can hit their weakness a fairly frequent bit. So that's good to see. And you might resist blunt, but get staggered, get 18 HP'd. Nice. Do wonder if when we do get up to I-5, if they'll change stuff like Mutilate and Sync to make it so that they get reused on Part Break alongside on Kill, right? Since Sync Merso is gonna have, you know, the reuse on Part Break alongside it being on Kill, which makes it a little much better against like Abnos and stuff and Focus Encounters, since Part Breaking is really common on certain enemies. Could definitely be like abused against like certain enemies here or there, although I guess it does need to be the third coin that does it for him, so it's gonna be a little hard to manage, otherwise you might accidentally do it with the first or second coin. I don't know. Could definitely see them doing like something where they make it an uptie 5 thing to make the conditional also on Part Break. We'll see if we get uptie 5 next season, right? It could happen. People have been saying, you know, uptie 5 could happen for like a while now. And like, yada yada, there's assets in the game for it. I'm pretty sure there's assets for like up to uptie 10 in the game for like the numbers, right? Like, I don't think it necessarily means anything as much as like it's could be future proving that point, but like, of course we're getting uptie 5 sooner or later, right? A lot of people hope for later, just because, you know, resources are rough enough as is. New Luxcavation is slightly more thread, but the keyword is slightly. It's only like, what, 2 more thread per run? Which, like, does add up in time, but it makes it so if you do, you know, if you do your 3 XP, or you 3 thread luxes a day, you go up from 24 a day to 30 a day, which is nice. And if you're instead someone who, like, skips all of them, it becomes 45 a day, which is pretty good, right? Like, that's not bad. It's a lot of, encapsulin, that's for sure, but if you're the kind of person who does, like, lunacy refills and that sort of thing, you can probably manage it if you're very active in the game. If not, it's probably not worth it because, you know, Lunacy can be, or Encapping can be, is better saved for certain things, and Lunacy also better saved for actually pulling, especially for newer players who still need to get a lot of IDs. For players who it's still worth doing pulls randomly, right? Once you're at the point where you've got a decent bit of IDs, it kind of becomes a bad idea to do pulls in general, just because, well, or pulls outside of wall purchase, because the odds of you just getting something you already have are pretty high. But early on, you've got a decent chance of getting something you don't have, which makes it fairly nice. That is Fey Lantern, I believe. Who should be fine. We've got a lot of slash. This floor in general I knew was going to be easy since we've got a lot of slash. You're being charmed, that's fine. I don't really think we need to use our strong stuff here. Yeah, we can just pull up our weakest attacks, and that's probably going to be good enough, right? You're not very strong. The sinking hitting you is a little unfortunate, but I mean, that's how it goes, so I'm not going to be surprised. Sinking doesn't matter too much here, but it would be nice because it's just a damage increase, right? Now we can start attacking you properly, though. Clash the mass attacks, actually, it seems like we can clash everything here. Often I just don't bother clashing here, because it's often just straight up not worth it. A lot of, yeah, that's why. This guy is decently high rolls, all things considered. For, you know, all his attacks being, like, the same, like, kind of, yeah. We at least won that one. We lost some, we at least won that one. Lost a coin, but, I mean, at least we won it. Okay, if we lost... We do stagger you thanks to that Nightmare Hunt, but we almost lost a coin there. We didn't, but... Weird that it's happened... Weird that it happened 4 times in one turn. 6 skills, and, you know... It's how luck be sometimes. Not the biggest deal. We are gonna need to do another cycle of you, though, but, like, that's fine. To be expected. We should be able to stagger you next cycle. We should be mostly fine in general. Yeah, I'm not too worried. Oh yeah, right, we gotta actually attack with those, yeah. Sure, we're just gonna go all skill ones again, because it's gonna do enough damage. Gregor's is gonna get reused thanks to Commemorative Coin, so he's just gonna do a lot of damage in general. Commemorative Coin really does very little for this team. I don't know why I took it necessarily. It's for egos, I guess. We can, like, double up a binds or something. I mean, that would fit the season, right? Doubling up a binds. What's more damage here? Probably. I'm not sure. Because you're weak to Pride, so that one might just straight up be more damage, but also funny. This Pride is smarter play. Just logically speaking. Just thinking about it from a logical perspective. Right? And we better win our clashes this time, because last time it was kind of pitiful, really. Yeah, that did some good damage. We should be able to stagger pretty easily here, and then we kill you either this turn or next turn. Probably next turn at this rate. But that's good. Good enough, right? Heartbroken, yeah. And yeah, cool. Can just finish the job now. Should go pretty well, yeah. Not like we, like, took a lot of damage or anything. We actually kind of got close to being staggered with a couple of people when we lost that one clash with Heathcliff, but... Really, I probably should have just power countered, right? You know, this guy is weak to Lust, so power counter does decently for us, but... You know... I don't have a follow-up, just, you know... Nothing else to say. Oh yeah, we got Fluorescent Lamp, cool. Could take Fragment Decay if we wanted it, but we don't want it, because, I mean, we do have a few egos that can use it, right? Like, we got Land of Illusion, we got a Solemn Lament, stuff like that. I don't really want any of those. I don't really want the sinking stuff. Give me a refresh. Give me a drink, bartender. I'll take a 4-leaf clover. Trickled sanguine blood should be fine. Most of those bosses are fairly annoying, but we can deal with them. What do we want here? Another fragment of decay has showed up. Riveting. Moon Clarid, no, not really. Like, 'cause, I mean, you've got a wrath skill, and that's like, and you've got a wrath skill, yeah. Not gonna add up. Fragment of Hellfire is interesting. Fan of Pain is good damage, but it's not really what I'm looking for. Horseshoe is always good. I'd like a good skill change. Glimpse of Flames, not really what I'm looking for. Otis skill change is actually really good, yeah. Cool. We can sell Fire down for that. Otis skill change is nice to see, because, we can get Echoes of the Mana more consistently with it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that works. I was going to consider selling more things, get some costs, so we'll be ready to upgrade stuff for the rest off at the end, but I'll just use what cost I have. Oh, speaking of cost, I think Honglu can do this. Oh, no, you can do this. Honglu is a high chance. You can actually do this pretty well. Nice. That works. You can hear making noises. I don't know. Sure. Honglu can do this one. You know, I said you could do the other one, and then you'd... We actually get 40 cost for that, huh? Still worse than just getting the EU gift and selling it, but I mean, not the worst check failure. I don't think I've ever failed that check before, so I don't think I knew it happened, but you know, Honglu's good at surpassing the odds, you could say. Something, take that how you will, although it's obvious you should take that as a negative thing just based on the context clues. Also, maybe should go for the Pride Resonances more frequently, right? Because we can get them, like, not like super commonly, but we can get them with a combination of Otis and Ryoshu working in tandem. So we could go forward to get the poise going. Once we have Clover, our poise will be built up a lot more reliably, hopefully. We could also upgrade Horseshoe, that's also not a bad idea. That's just a bunch more poise count, which is just really solid. A mass attack gaming, nice. Spend all your poise, yeah. It's what she does. It's how it works. It's such as nature, right? Gain the poise, spend the poise. Circle of Life or something. Pretty sure Circle of Life, you know, is supposed to mean, you know, the cycle. I mean, I guess it's less like a Circle of Life and more so like the water cycle, right? That's how poise works for Butler Ryoshu in particular. And I say Butler Ryoshu in particular because most other IDs don't actually ever run out of poise unless they're just bad at poise. I mean, realistically, you probably shouldn't be running out of poise with Ryoshu either if you just save your skill 2s until you've got a surplus. And I do know technically, like, Sinclair and BL Faust also have that funny bit of turning some of their poise count into potency with their skill 3s, especially Sinclair, and you can run out of poise that way, but that's also very much inoptimal to do so, and you should try and avoid that if possible. Ryoshu, she can just spend her poise, get a funny mass attack going, and, like, it's fairly worthwhile. Her crit game's gonna be worse for a little bit, but especially with the EU gifts, like, it's not a big deal. That's it, at least. Hunt that nightmare, nice. Get that Butler's Mark infliction going, so we could, maybe if we're lucky, we could get, you know, a Butler's Mark, you know, fueled sync reuse at some point this run. It's really hard to trigger. I'm sure Sync West Merceau's is going to be even harder to trigger because it's the third coin of the 3-coiner. You know, each time we get a unit with a skill that gets reused on kill, the conditions just become even harder and harder to activate. Because, you know, Mutilate, it's only 1 coin. It either does or doesn't, right? Then we got Sync, which, you know, 2 coins and needs to kill with the 2nd coin, so if it's an enemy too low on HP, it won't work. They need to be, like, low HP while still having enough HP to survive 1 coin attack. And then Sync West Merceau is going to be even one step further. 3 coins needs to kill with the 3rd one. It means it'll probably do more damage, or at least more consistent damage. He's also poised, though, so... I think part of his thing, though, is, like, only his 3rd coin gets a damage multiplier from poise, right? Like, his... I don't know if they set the number. They probably didn't, because it was a trailer thing, or a teaser thing, right? They don't show the numbers there. But his critical hits do more damage, but only on the third coin of the skill 3, I think. Otherwise, it's normal crit damage on everything. And his unique status effect also doesn't change crit damage. I know that, Oh, it's you. No thanks. It's okay, you can keep it. We might see you again in the fight after this, we'll see. Because, like, Butler's Mark can be used to deal more damage and that sort of thing, but, Focused Attack doesn't do that. Focused Attack is purely power-based. Starts out with coin power, then becomes base power, then becomes base power and coin power, I think, right? Something like that. Or not, no, it becomes, no, I'm saying it wrong, right? It's Clash Power, and then Clash Power becomes base power, and then base power becomes base power and coin power. That's what I meant to say. Would be weird if it went from coin power to a base power. Be a bit of a downgrade. Depending on the numbers, I guess, but you know what I mean. That's how it goes. You need to keep on targeting the same thing, though, and it only does anything in focus encounters. They just cut out the middleman, where Declared Duel still works in normal encounters, but it's unlikely to do anything for you. Focused attack would do even worse in normal encounters, right? Because it needs to be the same slot, not the same target. Like, you'd have to get even luckier. That's fine. Oh, we get the kill with the Requiem. Nice. Love my coffin stacks. I haven't really been paying attention to coffin stacks this run. But, like, we haven't really needed to pay too much attention to that sort of thing yet, right? We've been chilling. And we got a rest stop here so we can upgrade some things. Maybe get Carmilla to ++. Kind of late for it, but I mean, it's still nice. So I mean, I guess Horseshoe first and foremost. I guess I want Horseshoe, but I also want to do Fluorescent. Yeah. A couple things I do want to upgrade. Horseshoe is nice to upgrade. Fluorescent Lamp's nice to upgrade. If I've got some spare, which I do, I could upgrade Carmilla. Yeah, I'll do it. Might as well. Right. It's solid. I could upgrade, like, Pendant or something, but it's not the biggest deal. Also, maybe we should try getting some random Rupture gift so we can get Fluorescent Lamp working a bit better. Either Talisman Bundle or Battery would work well for that. Also, that is Gossipium, so funny to see him again. Like I thought, right? We still don't have any egos for Gossipium. Maybe in time. Gossipium and KQE and Steam Transfer Machine, all just kind of crying in the club of Railway Avenues that still don't have any egos. One day, I'm sure, one day. It's so crazy though that we just got like a third Bygone Days, like randomly, right? Like, feels like such an odd choice. First time we've gotten like a, I guess it's not. First time we've gotten like a primarily seasonal Abno getting Season 0 Ego, right? I say it's not like the first time it's ever happened because like Telepole, right? Heathcliff Telepole was Season 1 Battle Pass, but then we all got Faust and Dawn Telepole as Season 0 Egos. So like it's not like it's never happened before, but that was also a very different situation because like it seemed fairly different. But at the same time, it's not like we actually see any of this of the Season 4 Egos in the actual Kanto itself. They're all in the Railway. So it ends up not being a big deal too much, yeah. You're going for your attack that we couldn't do anything about, but like I just said, we couldn't do anything about it. We got that impending ruin, riveting. Clashable, yeah. I mean, you could dodge that. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. I don't think we need to here. I think you're taking a lot of damage, and you'll probably die soon enough that we don't really need to worry too much about that, but... I might as well just deal with it at that rate. The Sinking's doing pretty good damage for us, yeah. Saber Slash gets reused, just proc Sinking a little more, and this should spend the last of the Sinking, yeah. That's fine, because I'm pretty sure these attacks just kill you. Yep. Oh, darn. We almost killed the Sink's second coin. It wouldn't have done anything, but I mean, it would have been funny if it happened just after talking about it, like, a little bit earlier. Would have been funny. We get Clover here, so that's nice, more poise. I'll just take the straight up cost, I think. A little bit low on cost. I'd like to refresh for like maybe a Rupture thing. Did we go Mountain of Corpses, Sea of Blood? I think we do. It's a very funny floor. I I'll just try it, right? It's funny. Maybe I should have tried going for Nelly for like the seasonal thing or one of the other like seasonal type things. I don't really need a Ryoshu skill change. She's already gotten one, right? We don't need another. Gotta get you another Nightmare Hunt. I'll take that. I'll get you another Nightmare Hunt. Since you're gonna show up again, like, might as well. And just take a random Bloody Gadget. Okay, that'll probably be good enough, though. We can carry on now. Alright. Let's see here. What do I go for? Probably the Pictool, yeah. Probably will work well enough. I think it might be dogs? Right? Oh no, bongies, okay. Right, I was like, Slash and V Lust. It's a very, very familiar set. I don't think it's a Pegatula, though, but it's bongies. That would do it. Sure would do it. Oh, we can get the Pride Res. That's actually pretty nice. Well, something like that, sure. Pride Res so we get more poise, so we can get, like, the Mass Tech going for, Ryoshu, right? That sort of thing. Because that's always funny. Especially against a gaggle of Slash weak enemies. A Mass Attack is very appreciated. Probably should have noticed double up the one Ryoshu is going for, thinking about it instead of doubling up the Nightmare Hunt one, but it's not that big of a difference in the end. We're not killing all of them this turn, unfortunately, but they'll all die next turn pretty easily. This one should get staggered by Honglu, yeah. So we're doing well. Bongies are like... It's like, I'd say it's definitely like not a stretch to say it's probably like the easiest folks encounter in the game. I guess they can evade you sometimes. I guess they can clash sometimes? I don't know. But like, even compared to Pegatula, they're a pushover because they've got like so much less HP, it feels like. The SP loss can be annoying, that is the one thing. Oh, we might see you later this floor. Depending on how things go. I'll take it, sure. Perversion is nice, it was a little late for it, but I mean, it'll still be like a total of like 20 resources or something, probably. Based on how many kills we get this floor, and I can sell it for later. Special contract, alright. And then normal slash weak encounter. Slash weak bleed encounter, so it's like probably Kurokuma or something. These guys are bleed, yeah, that's right. I always forget about the fact that the K-Corp version of the bongies are bleed. I always assume that they're going to be like Tremor again or Rupture again, depending on the one, but nope. Not quite. These guys are a pushover though. They heal, that's what K-Corp does, but that's about all it does, right? So yeah, not really a really a threat in any sense of the word, right? Yeah, we can just kill them here with the various attacks we have, and it should be very, very, very easy, really. So that'll work. And there we go. Okay. I feel like we got a decent bit of events. We might not get any more events depending on if we're lucky or not. Yeah, we've got a couple more nodes to go. Still not, the best at figuring out how long things, but like if there's been 3, there might be like one more event. Where we probably have like 2 or 3 more fights, right? Something like that. Depending on how long this floor is, like in relation to a lot of the other ones, right? And this is more of the same, guys, so it's, once again, gonna be quite the pushover. He'll die. And that'll be swell. What a triumph is that? Nice. And just finish him off, yeah. Cool. Didn't quite go with Requiem, so no funny coffin for you, but that's fine. Not like it's life or death or anything. Mass attack for Yoshu. Nightmare hunt, yeah. It's just a massacre of chicken-headed men. Yeah. Brings Heathcliff back to the days where he was a chicken-headed man for a short period of time and was conversing with the other bongies for a short period of time. Truly was one of the times of all time. Well, this is Envy and Wrath, so this is dogs? Yes, okay. That's what I thought. Oh, the dogs themselves are Envy and Pride, okay, but yeah. You get what I mean. Probably. Maybe. Who knows, honestly. No particular reason that you, like, necessarily should know what I mean. Super easily, right? I mean, you're neutral to that. I'd like you to lose some instincts, so we'll roll with it. You can do this bit of that. Redirect that with you. You can do a bit of that. Redirect that with you. Yeah, sure, that'll work. That's fine. Don't want to double up on the actual preceding Inquisitors, because they have instincts first turn, and therefore are not going to take much damage at all. So instead, we'll just focus on killing some of the ones in the back. We'll hit these guys enough that they'll run out of instincts, that sort of thing. So we'll be ready to just kill them next turn. We focus on killing the lost guys this turn. You resist lust, but you know slash weak, so I'm not too concerned. We'll just finish that one off with Otis probably pretty easily. Oh, nice. Shame we don't have anyone with Butler's Mark, so that doesn't get reused, but that's fine. Okay, Otis doesn't quite kill them. That's fine. I think anything will kill that one with the amount of sinking it has, yeah. We can just knocking it dies. Cool. Actually, we can just Receiving Arts capture and it dies, and this way we'll mass... Yeah. I guess that's the optimal way to play it. Should we do something like that? This should hit all of them, I assume? Yep, cool. And it kills the last one while still doing damage to the other one, so that's optimal, I'd say. Interesting. It's very interesting me what like is and isn't considered worthy of being put into the coffin a lot of times. Because it seems like a little inconsistent to what does and doesn't get put into the coffin. Like it's mostly like based on size, though, I want to say, but I'm not fully sure. I'm sure someone's like compiled a list out there of what can and can't fit into the coffin. Maybe I should look for that at some point. Could be an interesting read. Sure, something like that. Should work. Cool. This hits both of them, so you know it works for both. BM both of them too, as they say. More arcane technique. Only a skill 2, but it's also a 3 glaner, so it is decent. Saber Slash goes again because it doesn't kill. And Mrs. Commands easily finishes the job. There we go, cool. I think, there was one more node after this fight, probably, and there's a decent chance there was an event there, so... If so, that might be the final fight we have to do before the boss. If my predictions are correct. Okay, no, there's still a little bit more, sure. We'll go Blunt Pierce. What's Blunt Pierce going to be on this floor? I mean, it's Bleed floor. What is it? Like, is it going to be, like... Oh, yeah, that works. That makes sense. Pirates. It adds up. Yeah, we don't actually need the nebulizer, I suppose. That's true. We haven't needed to ego yet. Honestly, I don't think we'll need to ego. Maybe I should have defensive skilled or something instead of just, you know, accepting the bad clash. But, like, if we haven't egoed yet, like, what's the point in egoing now, right? But you don't need to ego to get through a mirror dungeon, even without a fusion gift, right? Sometimes you can just be that goated. These guys are fairly tanky, though. Bit annoying, but that's fine. Still kill some of them. Mrs. Commands gets a kill, yeah. Formula definitely helps out on that front. You're the one who isn't staggered, and we'll sync you up. Sure.
손끝이라도 대려는 자가 있다면 눈감을 준비하고.
Yep, there's a stagger there. I think the rest of them we can probably kill here. Maybe not. I guess we'll see. Does Requiem kill? I hope it does. I'd like that coffin stack. Not quite. Well, that's fine. That one dies to anything at that point. Sinking moment. Oh, no, not sinking moment because it got sanity. Well, they die to mostly anything anyways because they're staggered, yeah. So still, fine. And yeah, we can just finish them off. Easy enough. We'll need to clash a little bit. Requiem him, though. Yeah, so that's the one that's weak to Pierce, though, right? I'm pretty sure, because it's like, it's the bulky ones are the ones that are weak to Pierce, and the rest of them are weak to Blunt, I believe, right? That's how it works. Like, this one's weak to Blunt, I think. I don't know, if he's staggered, so he's fatal everything right there. I'm not fully sure. I don't know, the actual Pirates resistances were a little weird. I know that much. Because kind of surprised they weren't all Pierce weak, but I guess it puts a little bit more variety in their weaknesses, which is good. Alright, what did I want here? I don't know, we already have additional skill 3 for you. I mean, a crushed memory is pretty solid. Maybe get some refreshes, maybe get like go for like a Heathcliff skill change. We can sell some stuff pretty easily here. Like, we don't need healing. Carmilla does nothing for us at this point. Don't need healing. Don't need resources at this point. Don't need resources at this point. Don't need cost at this point. So we can sell all that stuff without feeling like bad in the slightest. Also, like, anything bosses, like, I guess if it is Dawn Graying, then there is some mileage from stuff like Dream Electric Sheep. But yeah. Something I was using mode sensing anyways, yeah. That's fine. Let's get some rolling. Krager, I'll just take a Krager skill. Honestly, yeah. I see the appeal. Maybe I should have gotten more stuff. I don't know, I'll just upgrade things here. Not a lot I actually want to upgrade, though, so maybe I should have gone for more things. I can get, like, some good upgrades. That Bloody Gadget ++ is nice. Barb Snare ++ isn't actually, like, that good, but I'll go for it. Oh, yeah, I never got Rags. Actually, I could get Rags. It's not too late for that. Oh, yeah, right, because this is almost nothing for us anyways, yeah. There we go, there's Rags. Sometimes it's that easy. You can get that to ++ too. Okay, that's good for Heathcliff. Make him a little better. We can get that to ++, and then we can get this to +. Good enough. Doesn't help us that much, but I mean... Okay, this is... I mean, I think this is either Chromer or, Either Chromer or Spiral. I think they both show up as weakness lists, despite Chromer having an obvious weakness. Oh, cool. This guy. Without, like, any specific status effect focus, this could be a little rough. This is the fight where, you know, it's like, it's part of the gimmick is that you're supposed to spam status effects. And I'm not doing that right now, so a little bit zany of me, I know. I'd like to hit you a little bit. Mistress Commands, that might lose the clash. I mean, if you get grasped, I'm fine with that. If you inflict Echoes of the Manor, I'm fine with that. So yeah, that works out. Dominating that, that's actually pretty nice. You can just neutral that, sure. Do something like that, cool. No need to ego, like I said. We can go egoless and still come out on top, I'm sure. Okay. Little scary, but we're still fine, we're gaming. Singing count is very low on that part, unfortunately, and it does run out of singing count now, so there goes our sinking. And that's fine. We'll be able to inflict it back up, I'm sure. I guess the other part still is sinking, right? I can't see it, because Spiral's so large I can't even see its status effects mid-fight, right? A little bit annoying. And yeah, that's the body, of course, is out of syncing. That's the one we know is out of syncing. We do get Echoes of the Manor on it here, though, so that's nice. Oh, because the Manor applies to the whole thing, that's right. I keep on forgetting about that part. It's very convenient. It shall shun, it sure will. Undeniably. It will be shunning. Some winning clashes. This should win a clash or two, yeah, nice. This should be able to win a clash. This should be able to win a clash. Cool. And then you can just kind of throw this out there. We'll redirect it. Yeah, cool. That'll work. Should be solid. Might be able to get some sinking stacked up with some of our stuff now, but don't really have the highest hopes for it since only half our team is sinking. If nothing else, we'll have to do this fight the old-fashioned way, right? We've got the coin power up on this Nightmare Hunt, so that's nice. Yeah, you've got some of the status effect thingy, that's fine. You'll live with it. Probably. Yeah, that sinking's decent. What's the sinking at? Hands has 44-6 count. Okay. You know what that means. Shh, no. I'll stick to what I said earlier, right? Singing count affliction. Yeah, singing count stuff we should probably send towards the hands, though. Just to be able to maintain it a little bit nicely. Yeah. Sure, do a bit of that. Is he evade the hands? It is, yeah. Okay, we'll have you just get that out of the way then, sure. That'll work. Sounds decent enough. This is turning into an egoless run, after all, right? I could just Solemn Lament, kill this thing, that sort of thing, with, you know, some degree of ease, but that's no fun. Instead, Requiem, right? Yeah, it's pretty good damage. Hands are broken now. We could try going all in on the hands. Could definitely backfire horribly, because that's how you get the damage down thing. But if we just keep on use sinking and just don't worry about the actual damage down too much, I think we're still pretty fine. Yeah, does anyone have the thing yet? No. Yeah, it's at 7 that it becomes Contempt. And I believe what is it? You gain 1 every time you hit the hands, is that it? Yeah, inflict 1 every time the hands hit up to 3 per turn. Yeah, okay. So, that means we are going to go all out. We'll clash some things, right? Don't want people getting hit too hard, after all. It's weak attacks that we're clashing with, but that's fine. We're using a lot of multi-coin stuff on the hands, because I think we should just kill you, yeah. Definitely, with that amount of sinking. And there you go, cool. And that's a Mirror Dungeon run done without any fusion gifts, and without any egos used, I think. Unless I'm forgetting something, which, don't think I am. Cool. Good stuff. Good send off to the season, I'll say, right? Confirm, claim rewards, except we're not. Heading back to the window, because I'll claim the rewards as soon as the update comes out later. And that should go pretty well. So nothing to claim here, but this is going to be my final level for the season. 1576. Going to be resetting, and I've already done my dailies today, and I have no plans of doing any mirror dungeons because I couldn't without claiming the rewards there. So yeah, that's going to be where it's left for now, right? Season 4 has been pretty good, but it is about time to say farewell to it, right? Move onwards to Season 5, Canto 7, Dawn's Canto, and all the cool stuff that's going to bring. It's going to be a lot of fun. But anyways, that'll be all for this time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!